You come on with me drinking. Am I live? I think I am. Good morning, good morning. Yes, it's a lovely day. Good morning to you. Okay, I gotta wait a little while because all of the little standbys. Hey, good morning, Linda. Happy to see you too. Yes, there's a delay from when I first come on, beautiful. Yeah, okay, so what I do is I make it, see my little phone with the little green heart and the little purple background? I'll come on here, so, I don't need to do that, so that I can see everybody, because on my phone, good morning, Marina, good morning, Catherine, the good morning presents family. Isn't it just wonderful? Like, it's just the energy is getting so just that rich, tasty feeling. When you have something that's just seasoned just so nicely. That's the way it feels to me with all of us. Like all of the little, beautiful little essences and all of the way your fields feel to me. It feels like perfectly seasoned, rich, healthy, like food, It feels like something that is sustaining, but instead of just with the physical, like your stomach and all that, it feels good, like for my soul, like that. And hey, good morning, Allison. Good morning, Mish. Good morning. Good morning, Raina. Good morning, Elisa. Good morning, Teresa. I like how that, delicious, Catherine, like that. Good morning, Anna. Oh, see, this is the part. See, this is the part. Because, okay, there we go. See, I can see, and it keeps scrolling. It keeps scrolling with this. That's why I use the phone. And if I'm all slow, like this morning, I started pedaling because, like, I was like, my bun is too loose. So I redid and tightened it all up because it was too loose, and so I didn't come on as early as I wanted to because let me see. Good morning, Margaret. Yes. Okay, so there was one of you on Tuesday who said, what is this with the hands? Okay, so the massaging of the hands, and this is also for another I lost track of where the comment came from, but you can't mess up massaging your hands because it's just the energy of I hear you. Okay. Just making sure. Good morning, Cindy. You can't mess this up, Don't let your mind get in the way. Just because I start at the base here where your wrist is attached to your hand and massage all the way up to the tips of the fingers, it's not like, if you accidentally start in the middle, it's messed up. No such thing. You can't mess this up. What it is, it's just the energy of the love that you're exchanging and stimulating all of the organs and connections in thine own vessel called the body. Okay, so that's when you see that, that's what it is. And there was somebody who said, hey, good morning, Pablo. Good morning, Meg. All right. There was somebody who said, what is this? So just so you know, because I try to take a smaller amount of time because, some of us, maybe essential caretakers and stuff, you don't have time to be staying on this line for too long. So I try to keep it around 25 minutes and really, really try to never go over 30. So there are helper agents for the good morning presents that come in and go, remember hands, and that's so I don't have to do it. Now, for those of you who want the energetic app, I'm going to have it set up for Monday, okay? Because see, what's happening is that even though I have help now with the digitals, when it comes to the stuff I produce, okay, I have to supply the information in order for it to float around so you guys can have it. So don't worry, on Monday, I'll have something in here for a link so you guys can go, and then it'll go over to PayPal or one of those little payment things, and then you guys can start getting whichever sizes you want, okay? And I'll make sure that I do it in such a loving way when I send it to you. There's all this personal stuff. But I'll make sure to have that there for you on Monday. Now, all right, let's see. Good morning, Heather. And let's see, I already said good morning, Allison. Okay, so, that's Gemma. I know Gemma Hearts. Let's see. Thank you, Gemma. All right, so you know what? I didn't actually ask for more topics because I saw in the responses, and you guys, you know what? Tuesday I was so sleepy because remember I was telling you about the dog that barked all night, so I forgot to book my hearts and stuff. But if you see, I did it this morning. You know I love Despicable Me. And that's going to go into today's topic too. So I'm doing a couple, and you guys will remember who wrote these, but I'm going to just go ahead and T-topic commitment, and then play with intention. Now, I think play with intention was Elisa, and then commitment, it was in the responses. I think it was either Leno or Viv, I forgot. Okay, so, but what I want to make sure you know is on our next term, I'm going to do, which is in the morning tomorrow, I'll do problems manifesting so you guys can understand what was coming. And then, because that one's a big one, and you can kind of pass the word on that. But let me get into it today. First of all, it's a good morning, it's a good afternoon, it's a good evening, and it's a good night, because we are dealing with the whole Mother Earth, the whole globe, the whole planet, and beyond. I'm aware, and you're aware. So it's all that we can see, and the in-betweens that we don't necessarily recognize with our physical senses. We are here together, and it's a loving, beautiful connection that we are establishing with our own authority because we say so. Yes, you see, that's my authority finger. Or, some people say the church finger. So it's a good morning. It's a good morning. And this mission that I am committed to, as I go into the first word, commitment, is here because spirituality is never something that you can compartmentalize and just put, so I'm just going to be my regular self, and then now I'm going to be spiritual. Actually, there's no separation for that. It's all in everything, which is why I teach your biggest expansion and fast track is through your breathing, because we know you're not going to just sit up there and stop breathing, right? Not on purpose. So, commitment in layman's terms, because I like to say that too and just make sure. Okay, hey Liz, beautiful, and I didn't do my whole good morning beautifuls. I like to say that, and the actual word correction, spell check, and all that. They try to put a correction on my beautifuls because I put an S on it for plural. But that's what I want, because each and every one of you individually are beautiful. And so that's my beautifuls with S's. And you are beautiful as one collective. So let's just be clear on that. And it's not about anything other than the fact that you exist. That's just a little sidebar. So back to commitment. In the layman's term, oh my God, Liz. So in my layman's terms, commitment is your stick-to-itiveness, right? That's something like the grandmama would say, baby, that's your stick-to-itiveness. You got to just stay in there. You got to stay with it. Just give it time. Commitment is not necessarily time-based. In fact, it's connected to your perseverance, which I did earlier, which I got to go through all of these and put the subtitles on, huh? So, the thing is when you are committed or you participate in commitment, this is from within yourself. No one can make you become committed. You see, how many of us have grown up with children who were our age through school, elementary all the way up, and it's like their parents wanted them to be committed to either a sport or a music instrument or something like that. And what they were telling us at school is like, oh, I hate it though. I hate it. Oh, I hate it. As soon as I don't have to do it anymore, I'm not doing it. See, no matter how much their outside presence was saying, you're good at this. This is going to make you a lot of money. This is it. This is it. You're set for life. If they are not committed to it, they are not going to do it. And that goes for us too. Good morning, Kathleen. And so, this is commitment. It comes from within, from your own sense of heart-centeredness and passion. Okay? One day I'll do those too. So, what drives your sense of commitment may never align with your neighbors, your family, and good friends. Okay? It's personal. Commitment is very personal, okay? Because even with the best jobs, you could be in there making big bucks, and you're just like, I'm quitting this soon. I can't keep doing this. So it has to come from within, all right? Now, it's a good morning. We just addressed commitment. Now let's go into one of my favorite topics of all time, and that is play. Now, on this one, who am I to disagree with reference books? Segment. I always disagree with reference books, especially modern ones, because definitions are very chopped up these days. The whole essence of it is not really established. Now, okay, so I'm going to get into that on tomorrow, Vinny, just so you know, okay? The lack of commitment or the lack thereof, I'm just going to get into that period, okay? Now, the thing is, thank you for the love, thank you for the love, thank you for the love. So, play. What I say, it's absolute free, uninhibited expression for the purpose of joy. But it's not a set purpose. It's just spontaneous purpose most of the times. Now, that is what I'm talking about, is playing, having fun, laughing, on the spot kind of stuff. This is not the definition for, like, I play basketball. That starts to overlap with a sense of commitment, a sense of discipline. Sometimes it does, especially when you get into teams and stuff. And play can turn into, over time, mastery when it comes to things like sports or instruments. See, we're still along the same thing. But what the play that I want to address today is the carefree expression that automatically expands your joy. Okay? Now, one thing that I saw, it was play with intention. All right? So, intention I need to address as well. It's a good morning. I'm addressing play at the same time as addressing intention. And sometimes these are like oxymorons, right? They're opposites sometimes. However, in this particular way, it was used together. I just want to say, when you start talking about intention, because the way the energies are on the earth now, we're moving away from setting it's like trying to set the energy for how the manifestation comes through. In other words, moving away from agenda-based manifestation and moving more into allowing-based manifestation, knowing that we are more than our physical self. So I hope I'm being very clear about that. The thing is that when all of the affirmations and techniques for holding intentions and things like that were actually put into activation, the earth was a different place. It was under a different age, which was it was probably the one before Pisces, which was probably Aries. But the thing is where we are now, there's a releasing and a letting go. Remember, we're already in transformation. We're already in it. And there's this whole cosmic thing for scientists with the Milky Way and all of that, which I'm not going to go into it. I mean, that would take forever. But the thing is as long as you know, the energy that the earth is actually sitting in has shifted. So we're actually in the age of Aquarius. Remember that old song? Do, 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 do. Age of Aquarius. Okay, that's an old song, right? By the Fifth Dimension, right? That was the Fifth Dimension. Marilyn McCool and Billy Davis Jr. So we're in it now. When they made the song, we weren't in it yet. When the age shifted, what what we are and what we become aware of shifts. All right. So it's like when you become aware that, oh, I'm growing up, there's more to me, then you don't cling to the things that you did when you were like 3 years old. Now, this is on a physical timeline, right? When you become aware that you are more than who you thought you were and what you know, and that you are more than all that you have been taught, oh, then the methodologies and the things that you apply change. So when you hear me say intention, also think of the word called agenda, but in a positive sense, not like, ooh, dirty agenda. Ooh, no, not like that. So for instance, a lot of us have been around children, or we still help with babysitting, or we have our own young children, or we have cousins or neighbors, or there's children somewhere, right? So you know how at nighttime, I used to do this with my son. Good morning, Sue. And that is, I'll say, oh, this boy, he's not going to sleep. So he was pretty small. So I'll say, let me go up here and play with him and tire him out so he can go to sleep. Okay, so I go up there with the intention or the agenda to make him like a little more tired. And then that way he'll just fall asleep instead of just doing all his little busybody stuff and staying up, you see? So that is what I ended up engaging in, was play with intention. However, what I want to help you with today is to let yourself engage for you, in more of the just impulsive, spontaneous play that is free from intention. You see, of course, the only thing that's there is to have fun. So if you want to say there is an intention, that would be it. But as far as, to create another outcome, you want to take your agendas off or your intentions off. And the reason why is, you know how we have these beautiful tall sail ships, like in the 1700s? It'd be like 15 sails coming off of masts. Okay, so a lot of their power as far as how they were getting across the water was a combination of the rowing and the wind. But the wind could really make them pull like knots, like real fast. So imagine if you have anchors on these tall sail ships, because I love the tall sail ships, so I make references to it when I'm talking with my clients and stuff. And you got to look at intentions that you're trying to make something happen or trying to make sure you hold something happen. You got to look at those like those are your anchors. Those anchors will slow your manifestation down, or they slow your play, expansion, and joy, and not let it expand quite as much, because you're like, well, if I do this enough, then that. The if-then. You guys remember what an if-then is, right? That's an ultimatum. So it's like you're giving yourself an ultimatum by setting these rules and frames. Remember, where we are, rules and frames. Where we are going on the planet now is liberating so many of the rules and frames that you operate by, because those rules and frames were developed for a time of existence when we needed more guidelines. So now, as we go more into the expansion of the sovereign divine right, the allowing comes into play, which is very, very rule free. And then the expansion occurs easier and more expansive. Okay. So the expansion is greater and it's easier to achieve the more you let loose and surrender and say, I'll just allow, and all energy serve me. So this is how come I'm always saying, and this is really like I'm all over the place, but you guys can hear the flow of what I'm talking about when I say this thing is not something that you, at this densest, lowest level of vibration, the physical, can't mess it up. Because these are like higher divine mandates, and well, I guess it would be like divine rules then, but it's not really rules. It's just the way it works shifted. So it's not necessarily rules because it's so creative. You can do all kinds of things. It's just like the energetic app. When I presented it the first time ever, oh my gosh, now I understand the applications are so broad that now it has really turned into something. Okay. So the creativity is always there to open a new door of experience, open a new door of experience. So this is why I say play is the free expression, spontaneous and on the spot. And the only thing that you really know that you're going to be doing is expanding your fun and joy factor. Okay? And so in everything you do, there's one thing, with mastery and stuff, which is like the play for the sports or the instruments, you know that you can go in and out of your mastery, where your sense of purpose, where you've practiced with your discipline, and then, okay, now this is just fun. Oh, I'm just doing it just because, or I'm just playing. It doesn't matter. And you stepped outside of your intention, your agenda to do something for a certain audience on a certain day and deliver the best result, and maybe even having a purpose of winning when it comes to like sports and stuff. Okay, so it's a good morning. Let's see. Oh, and that's all the words for today. So you guys, I just want to say this too, because don't take yourself too serious. This is just sidebar stuff. Oh, let me pay attention. Time. Let me pay attention. I'm okay. So we're going to do our divine current breathing. But I want to say this. It's a good morning. It's a good morning. Stop taking yourself so serious. This is actually a Segmet directive, because life is way more than what we are present to. Remember how I made an example on a few recordings ago where I said, yes, there are these fingers that we can see, but then there's all this stuff that's actually really happening actively in the spaces in between that sometimes we can't see or be consciously aware of. Okay? This life is just kind of like Shakespeare talks when he says, all the world is a stage. So I use that analogy a lot, not necessarily the quote, but the analogy that you are not only the starring role, the lead actor, you are also the director to the play or the movie. You are also the executive producer of the play or the movie, and you are the set designer, okay, and the lighting master. It's all you, okay? And then you decide how you make it go, even with all of the interactions. But guess what? When we leave out of this vessel that we call the physical body, it's kind of like, oh, look at that movie I made. Okay? The only reason why I know is because of how many times I've been on the other side. All right? And then, I have my little insider trading on manifestation and the spiritual nature of what it is to be living in the body. So I have all this insider information, and that's why I can say confidently, this life is not for you to take yourself so serious, like, oh, I just have to do it just like this so I can get it right. Oh, I just have to do it just like this so I can understand. Oh, I just have to do it just like this so I can, advance and excel, and I want to be, a success because I want people to be proud of me and my parents. And you will get over on the other side when all is said and done and laugh. And you will laugh and laugh at how serious you took the thing. You're like, oh man, I missed out on having all that fun because I was taking myself too serious, like it all mattered. You mean to tell me that most of it didn't even matter? Yeah, most of it doesn't even matter after it's all said and done. That's why I said it's like when we used to go to the theater and watch the show, and then there's intermission and you go get some popcorn and you go and do all your little stuff. This is more of what it is, and I want you to really embrace that you are really here to enjoy your life journey. Enjoy, this is a bonus, means to put joy in. Enjoy means to put joy in. This is the purpose, and you are here to learn and gain your little wisdom and actually play here. This is an educational, fun, kind of amusement part. kind of thing. This is not something that's so like stick to it, stick to it. This is not what this life is. That's why there's ups and downs and ins and outs with everything when you look at nature. Nature is a guide for us, okay? It's like our reference books. That's what nature is for us. Watch it. Pay attention. And then as you allow yourself to expand, you're going to see more and more things being little cues for you, like my sparks. You see? You're going to have your own stuff. All right? Okay, so beautifuls, it's a good morning. Get your water. We're going to do our divine current breathing, and then just many blessings for your day. How about that? Good morning, Jill. All right, that's right. Like, every minute of the day can be playtime if you allow it to be. Even with your mastery and your jobs and all the things you do. All right, my dears, nice and comfortable. And here we go. And here we are. Oh, sweet beautifuls, today is your day. You go out there or you stay in and have it your way. Create and put your little special seasonings and decorations on it. And for those of you who it's nighttime, enjoy and let yourself be stimulated and activated even while you sleep. It doesn't even matter which side of the day or the night that you're on. This is your time. This is your day. And you have sovereign divine right to have it your way. So, I know I maxed out my time today. Let's get ready to sign off with our I love yous. Yes! Oh, I love this part. And authentically so, because it just does something for us all when we could connect and say I love you like this, not only to ourselves, but to each other. So here we go. I love you. I love you. I love you. Have a beautiful day, afternoon, evening, or night. It is your day. Good morning. I appreciate you. And make sure to tune in this evening at 6:30 Pacific time for Feeling Better Go Time, because that's where you come on and ask whatever questions you have. All of it, just all of it. Or you could type it in advance if it's totally against your sleep schedule. Type it in advance, and then I'll address it, and then I'll post the video back in for it so you guys can see it later on. So you can see it over the weekend and stuff like that, and for tomorrow too. So just know this is where you can just ask me anything, what they call the AMA. Okay, so. Good day, beautifuls. Good afternoon. Have a wonderful day. I love you. And I'll see you next time.